So in Design Plus, we have got all these various components for performing the design separately. So I'm going to perform the footing design, which is not available in Midas Gen. So I'll have isolated footing. Then here I can select the concrete material in Newton per mm square, megapascals, and even the material property for the reinforcements. And I can provide with my own loads, serviceability loads for section shape and moments over here, and also the ultimate forces for my reinforcements. Then I have option to include a self weight, then option for the surface loads, weight density of that surface load, and weight density of the soil above, and also the height of the footing below the ground level, so that I can provide the type. I have mat type of isolated footing, even I can include piles, and even for the walls. Then I have the thickness, which is automatically taken by the software if we are linking it to our Midas Gen software solution. And then length, we can provide it by ourselves, eccentricities if any. And further we can provide our own footing size if we are performing the check. If not, for the design, the software will change this particular footing size. The capacity, as in the soil bearing capacity, also has to be input by the user. So what Midas Design Plus is also capable of doing is linking with the Midas Gen software solution, which is already open. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to link Midas Design Plus with Midas Gen, which is already open. I'll connect it. And over here you can see successfully linked with Gen 2018, and which file, even if more than one files are open, you can select one out of those and you can check, verify over here which has been connected to this current Midas Design Plus file. I'll go to Midas Gen over here. Now for footing design, all I have to do is select any of the nodes. So let's say I'm going to select these nodes. So out of these two nodes, the most critical combination or the most maximum forces will be taken by the software. How? Well, I've selected these two nodes. As you can see, 1 and 2 number node is here. The similar can be reflected over here in Midas Design Plus. And all I have to do is click on import. So I have imported over here the GL column 1, which and the maximum force has been obtained for node number 1. This I can see over here under the design load for the serviceability as well for the ultimate. The load combinations are as per the Midas Gen load combinations provided for the footings. Here all I have to do now is provide the concrete property material of the rebar. Then I have to provide surface load, weight density, and the depth below the ground level. So the top of the footing below the ground level, that is the height I have to provide over here. So I provided 1.5 meters. Then the depth, preliminary depth, let's say I'm providing as 400 mm, cover as 75 mm. Then this has been automatically taken from the software, 800 mm by 800 mm, the column size. Further, as the column is at the edge of the property, I can also provide with the eccentricity in the x and the y direction. As I am changing the eccentricity in the x and y direction, I can see it intuitively on this image. So it is at this corner, and this is in the x direction. Similarly, I can do it for the y direction. It's over here downward. So this is how I have selected. And then further over here I can provide the capacity, the soil bearing capacity. So let's say 150. I'll keep Lx and Ly as 3 meters each, and I'll have the software design my footing. So I'll click on design, and as you can see over here that the software has provided us the reinforcement as 12 at 150 mm in the X direction and 12 at 200 mm in the Y direction. This is the load, this is the ratio of the reinforcement, area of reinforcement provided. These are all the checks which have all satisfied. And you can also see this is the section, footing section, 2 meter by 2.2 meters. And you can see that the depth has been taken as 250. You can change this to, let's say, 300. Let's say that is let's say 400. That is the minimum which I want to provide, and I'll have the software check. So the software has provided the check, and the ratios have gone pretty low for the one-way shear and the two-way shear. That's okay. This is the minimum that I would like to provide to my footing. Now this design that has been performed by Design Plus also can provide us with a detailed report. So I can click over here at the report and say detail. So it will generate this report at the location. So this is how I get the detailed report of the footing that has been designed. This is in a well-mannered Word file with all the load combinations and the parameters provided, the rebars, the image as well, transverse and the longitudinal because of the eccentricities, the checks, the moment capacity check, rebar check. So this is going pretty higher. The spacing is going higher than the limited value, so it's not good. So we can make changes and further go ahead and check the design. So Midas Design Plus provides you with the detailed report upon designing in the Word file. Now let us see the drawings provided by Midas Design Plus. So I go to the drawing tab and say create. Midas Design Plus provides you with the detailed drawings. This is a common section. This is a table type format, and also you get a detailed diagram for the eccentric footing. You can as well go back to the members and create isolated pile footing. I'll say design. But I need to provide over here the quantity, so let's say I'm providing 3 numbers. Diameter as 400, spacing 3 meters and extension 2.5, compression as 600 kilonewton, and tension, let's say 600 kilonewton also. I can say check. So this also can be taken to the drawings. I'll say create. So this is how it has provided with the entire information, drawing information. This can be saved as .dwg file, or other formats are also there like DXF, bitmap, JPG, PNG. All these are available. Best part about Midas Design Plus is over here you can do the editing of these drawings as very easily by using the same CAD type tools. Like I've selected this and I've pressed E, and over here you can see the command. I'll just make it up, E, and then say enter. So it has erased this particular selected line. So all the similar commands of CAD software is provided over here. Midas Design Plus also provides with the quantity. So I'll go to the quantity and say create. So as you can see over here, this is concrete meter cube in meter cube per unit area. Then over here we have got rebars. This is in kilonewton, but we can change it. To tons. So we have got rebars in tonnage, and the entire summation is also provided. This can be taken into the Excel report. That is about Midas Design Plus, wherein you can perform design for all these components, including the basement wall and the cantilever retaining wall, the staircase, buttresses, corbels plus brackets under the steel. We have bolt connections, crane girders, purlin girth, web openings, staircases, steel staircases, everything, as well as the base plate design. Then we can perform the design, get the drawing and the quantity. Now let us get back to Midas Gen and let us see how the design from Midas Gen can be taken to Midas DShop for auto drafting. Export this design result in Midas drawing file. This has been completed, has been prompted up. In DShop, Midas DShop is a software solution for rebar detailing, and it is auto drafting tool basically. So first thing I'll do is open a new project. Then I will import the file I've exported from Midas Gen. Workshop, open. Over here I'll select the design code as ACI 318 and click on OK. So as you can see over here, our model has got imported successfully. Next thing I can do is automatically group the members, the beam members, the column members and the wall members as per the reinforcement and the section shape. So I'll double click over here on auto grouping of members. I'll click on OK, and I can also perform manual grouping as well. I'll do auto grouping of columns and auto grouping of walls. I can see the groupings done by the software if I go onto any of the plans. So I'm going to the 17th floor plan. So here as you can see that this is B4, B5, B10. Okay, wait a second. Yeah, as you can see over here, this is the intermediate beam, but it has come under the group of J1 and J1 over here as well. So these two come under the group of J1. Okay, you can see similarly for the column C4, C4 column right over here. So this is how you can get the grouping done automatically by the software, or you can do it manually as well. So now let us go ahead and see the reinforcements that has been taken from Midas Gen to Midas DShop. For that I can go to the model view, or I can just double click on any of the beams and columns. So you can see over here, this is the reinforcement provided by the software, and this is the required reinforcement, and this is the provided reinforcement. So after coming to DShop, you can make changes to the reinforcements and you can apply it to that particular member, or you can apply it to the entire group which it belongs to. Similarly, you can do it for the walls. You can do it to the columns and to the walls. Now let us get the drawings of all the plans, elevations and the detailed or rebar details of the beams, columns and the shear walls. For that we'll go and double click over here at Generate Auto Drawing. Here the software asks for a title bar which can be selected from library, and also it asks for the layout size. I'll keep it as A1 and click on OK. As mentioned earlier, the software provides with the plans. So in this layout I will drag and drop the plan and arrange it. This software Midas DShop contains Midas CAD which is going to support all the CAD tools. So if I want to move this particular plan, all I have to do is use the CAD features, CAD shortcut commands like M for moving. Just look over here. Then I can select the entire plan and I'll spacebar, specify the base point, let's say from here, and I can move it by using the F8 command. I can have the movement in the horizontal direction only, and there you go. So you can easily use the CAD features over here. Let me also show the elevation that can be provided by the software. This shows us the different heights. So that is the elevation. I can show a different elevation as well. This looks like a better elevation. Okay, so here we go. We can see the column size is changing, also the beam size and the walls, and these are the dimensions. Okay, now let us see. I can delete this one, can keep only this one. Okay, so let us see the members now. Firstly, we'll check the column sections, how they are arranged and detailing is represented in the software. This is as per the floors, and the sections are provided with the arrangement of the ties. The length of the rebars is also provided. Okay, this is section list, and we can see the longitudinal section also for columns. Let's see the C4. I'll place it over here, and as you can see, the software provides with the longitudinal section with the ties arrangement, as well as over here you can see the length of the rebars and the hooks of the rebars, and everything is provided by the software, such a detail as per the ACI standards. Along the longitudinal section of the column you can also get the transverse section of the column. Now let us see the girders, the rebar detailing for the girders, that is beams. Yep, here we go. We get the longitudinal section of the beams and the arrangement of the rebars, the lengths of the rebars, curtailments of the rebars, the splicing of the rebars, then the development length. Everything is automatically as per the codes arranged by Midas DShop. Now this curtailment, development lengths, hook lengths, everything is also controlled by the user. We can make those changes under the tools and preferences. So here we can set the fabrication length, standard hook size, hook lengths and development length, splices for rebars in tension and compression. All these things can be taken care by the user. You can directly copy paste from any Excel sheet over here, or you can make changes by yourselves manually. So as per the ACI, ASTM rebar material is supported, and rebar size you can take into consideration even the Indian standard rebar size. So I'll click on OK. Now when it comes to drafting of all the members, of all the rebar details and the plans and the sections, everything, the first thing that is required to be done is create number of layers, generate some symbols, paste it over here, and then use them further. However, in Midas DShop we can make default changes to such layer settings, symbol settings. And also you can have separate colors, line types, line weights, everything. These all settings of the layers, text style, dimension style, symbols, like the symbols over here. These various symbols can be provided over here as per the rebar size. And once these settings are made, the next time you create any drawings for your future projects, you do not have to go to that place again. A huge time is saved for creating any of the drawings. These drawings can be edited over here, or you can save these drawings as .dwg, DXF, bitmap, JPG, PNG. All these formats are there, and you can provide it to the user or to your draftsman to make further arrangements. This is about the drawing that is automatically generated by Midas DShop. But it's not only that, there's more to it. Midas DShop also provides with the bill of materials. In the Excel format, for every floor, the bill of material is provided. The concrete in meter cube, rebars in tonnage, formwork in meter square, and structural steel, if any, in tonnage again. And at the end, you also get the summary of the bill of materials, which you can use it further to create ratios like concrete to the area and tonnage to the concrete volume and formwork to the area of the floor. So this is about Midas DShop, wherein we can not only get the drawings but also the bill of materials.